All right, welcome to the podcast. This is your main man, Red Panther. I've never seen so many Negroes since Midnight at the Apollo. We have two special guests with us today. I'm not going to bother to mention their names. I'm just going to let them say it because that's the type of person that I am. I don't introduce people. People introduce themselves.
Hey, I'm Rathless.
And this is your main man, Super Hulk.
Sexy.
Is Hulk not super already?
He is.
Okay.
Yes.
He's very hulky.
This Hulk has a cape.
Yeah,
Add
that's great. And everything stays in this feed. I don't cut anything, so
Oh, that's good. That's good.
this is just how
makes
it
me
is.
nervous.
You should be nervous.
No, we shouldn't. I think we need to talk about our problems today.
This isn't a therapy
This
session.
is not that kind of
Look,
podcast.
you guys don't understand. I literally just broke a nail right now. That is a problem. I can't even find it.
Okay, what'd you say your name was again? Rathless?
Ah, God, here we go.
Okay, Rathless.
Okay.
Alright, so first up, you guys know that Spider-Man is back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yes.
Yes. I read about 2 sentences and I rejoiced. That was it. By the way, I just want to throw this out here now. I believe it was you who said this. You own...
You're gonna correct me on something, aren't you?
I'm not.
I feel like you are.
You said that you own the latest Spider-Man movie, and I said I'd watch it with you because I haven't seen it yet. I know it sounds terrible to you. I can see your face. It's moving.
It sounds pretty disrespectful right now.
Yeah.
You know what?
Seen it yet?
We actually watched it like last night.
Oh, thank God.
Like the newer one.
Yeah.
We might have returned it
Oh,
already.
wow.
Maybe.
Wait.
I'm not sure.
Wait, Redbox?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant returned it like it was
Oh,
bad.
you Redbox?
Whoops.
No, we watched the movie and then like rewrapped it and returned it at Walmart.
Wait. So it wasn't Redbox. It was like you actually bought the movie.
No, it was Redbox. I was joking.
Oh, God. I was like, what?
I can't believe people still use Redbox. I can't believe people still buy DVDs.
Huh, he's got actually a fair point. I
Really?
actually said that. I said that 4 years ago.
Just because everything is digital now. Like,
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, like you get higher quality on digital on YouTube.
Bro, like Redbox is like what, 170 something to rent?
Yeah,
That's
that's-
pretty convenient.
That's the price of an energy drink that I can drink at work. Didn't think about that, did you?
Okay. Alright. Well,
and you get to he gets to enjoy it and keep it in the system. You gotta return yours.
how long does an energy drink technically last you?
Give or take, probably like 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
You know, it's really messed
Okay.
up.
So the
look.
running time for Spider-Man, I think,
God.
is
2
past,
hours?
like, yeah,
2 hours,
actually
Like
past
2
2
hours.
hours.
2 hours is some change. So
Yeah.
I'd say a little under 2:30.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
I thought it was like 2 hours and 4 minutes or something.
No, it's about at least
Something
2
like
hours,
that.
a little under 2 hours 30 minutes, but it's righteous.
Man.
That's counting in like all the cut scenes and the credits and stuff like that. That's not kind of just like literally just a movie.
Wait, so
Right.
you both just saw it. So was Jake Gyllenhaal like S tier actor in that movie? Oh, both made the same noise.
That's an interesting question because that kind of leads to something that I do want to talk about.
Well, you can't really spoil the fact that he is a villain.
No, you can't. I mean, he's Mysterio. Everybody knows that.
He's a villain. Like
He's a villain.
if you don't know that, you need to just give him on movies.
I mean, well, if you don't know that, you must not watch any television.
You need to
At
give him
all.
on superheroes. Like,
Do you actually know Mysterio's background?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a little weird.
Is
so
it?
he has multiple
Tell me
backgrounds.
why you know about Mysterio's background, though.
Tell me why I know about it. Because it's in a comic book.
Because he does his homework.
You read? Wait, when did you read that comic book?
Mysterio's been around since
What? No,
Spider-Man's
I
first
know.
appearance.
I know. I read about Mysterio probably 7 or 8 years ago at the Hemet Library. It was literally just it was there.
At the Hemet Library?
Yeah, man, they had just so many comic books. I haven't been there in like years, but that was like my go-to spot. Look, I was poor, and you know,
Okay.
I need free media. You get 1 hour on the computer, which you dedicate towards illegally downloading all the DC
Ooh.
cartoons.
Illegally.
Dragon Ball.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
That probably
Shouldn't be as
shouldn't have said. over that.
It was just a joke because I don't
Oh.
actually know how to download this stuff.
Okay.
This is what happened though. Since this is what happened. My brothers would go to the library, and they would come home, and they'd just plug in this chip. This is me not having any knowledge on how all of this works. They would plug in a chip to the computer, and we'd sit there and we'd watch all these cartoons. And I was thinking like, hey guys, how do we have all these episodes? Because we like never had cable, so we were just watching TV now.
Right.
And they never told me how. They just brought
Stole
back new
it.
episodes every single day. And then I got to about maybe 16 or 17. I realized like, oh, there's websites, and they had, I think they're called a flash disk or something like that. You know,
Flash drive.
Flash
USB
drives,
USB
bro.
drives.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Flash disk.
Like I'm not a technical guy.
Now that we've gotten off the subject of superheroes and comic books, let's go back to it.
Hey, I said I was watching DC shows.
Yeah, it's still relative.
Kind of relevant.
I mean, you're telling on yourself, but it's still relative.
No, you're kind of telling yourself. It's
Let's
clear.
let's move on now.
Okay. To recent remarks about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but apparently Martin Scorsese said that Marvel films are cinema, and the creator of Godfather said that they're despicable.
The creator of Godfather said that, like, the Marvel movies are despicable?
Yes.
Who's the creator of Godfather again?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I read his
That's
name.
probably
but
why he made the comment he made. Haters are gonna hate. And like when you have a multi-billion-dollar industry that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere for a while, you're gonna have haters. So I
Yeah.
mean, how credible is this guy who created The Godfather, which was years ago, that we know very little about?
Well, I mean,
He actually did.
the Godfather is like
Yeah.
a
I'm not talking about
cinematic
the
masterpiece.
movie. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the individual, like the director.
Well, I mean,
We
that's
all
the point.
we
like,
all can
what
admit
he's
none
creating.
of us know his name.
I don't know his name because I just forgot it. I
Yeah.
mean, like
We
the
have
God,
technology.
right? The technology, we can use it. We can make it better. We can make it stronger.
Okay.
Yo, this film was in 1972. The
Yeah.
guy who made this comment must be ancient, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yo, it's got a 4 out of 4, a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 9.2 out of 10 on IMDb, and a 93% for Google users.
Yeah.
It's literally God tier.
I mean, it's a cinematic masterpiece.
Oh,
It's a masterpiece, but
it's a famous name. Francis Ford Coppola. I hope I said
Oh
that right.
yeah, there you go.
Coppola.
Yeah.
I still don't know who that is.
Or maybe Coppola.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know any of his history when it comes to movies.
Wait, let me list some movies that. Oh snap! This dude's famous. Yeah.
I think that's why these directors are saying that because they feel that they can
Yeah.
because they've made movies.
But at the same time,
The Outsiders.
but did anybody ask why he said that? Like, okay, what's the reason behind it?
Everybody's been asking why they're making those remarks, and the actors that are in the Marvel films have said their piece on it.
What they say?
Robert Downey Jr. was pretty diplomatic about it and pretty much said that
The Avengers includes Alexis Denisov, Harry
talk to
Dean
me.
Stanton, and 31 others.
yeah. So thanks Skynet. So yeah, he basically took the diplomatic approach and said that everybody is entitled to their own opinion,
Which is true.
which is true. But he also went on record by saying that they're of course they're cinema because they're in a movie theater.
Films.
You know, yeah. So you can't really make that comment and say that they're not cinema when they are, just because you don't like
So
the
he's
film.
just making an obvious statement.
Yeah. So I feel like these directors are just hating, like my boy said, they're hating on the rest of these films. But I could kind of understand it because I think now those type of films, like I don't know what you would classify them as, like superhero films have gained a lot of steam and they're really popular now,
Mm-hmm.
as the opposed you know, like what 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only
I say a good 20 years ago, back in 2000, no one would have thought X-Men would have done as well as it did. And then when Iron Man came out, no one thought it would be that good. But
yeah,
I mean,
Wait.
look at it 10 years later. We're coming off a high of Endgame, Infinity War, and Spider-Man Far From Home, all in the billions that all trump what these guys have done. And it's like, they don't want to admit that, wow, superhero movies are a thing now. And it's like, you know, they probably had to stay within the confines of certain films at the time where other directors have the ability to say, I want to do Suicide Squad, I want to do the next Avengers, I want to do Avengers, I want to do A-Force. And we as fans want it, and it's gonna
you know
do
about
well.
A-Force?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which one?
that surprises me. A-Force.
The female
It's
members of
basically-
the Avengers coming together and make one
Yeah,
team of
it's,
themselves.
yeah, it's basically the female counterpart of the Avengers. There's a comic book,
Yeah.
the A-Force.
Like it
But-
has Wasp.
Yeah, some of the core members aren't depicted on films yet.
Yeah.
Like
Like
Squirrel Girl?
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. That's
She-Hulk's part of
She-Hulk.
A-Force, and
I'm only a Squirrel Girl fan.
I mean, she's cool too.
She's the most
Squirrel
OP
Girl's cool.
character in the Marvel
Squirrel
universe.
Girl, Squirrel Girl did beat Galactus. Let's make that clear.
Look, it's obvious who the best.
Any girl
Let's not
that
go
uses squirrels as a superhuman power probably has rabies.
Don't forget the
I'm
light.
just saying.
Don't forget the light speed acorns she throws. See?
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to say Silent Judgment.
I don't know.
Which one would you want more? A shield thrown by a super soldier? Beam came out of the chest of a super genius? Or a supersonic acorn? Which one sounds cooler?
Why did you say beam that comes out of someone's chest?
Iron Man.
I know. I got the reference.
I couldn't figure out what
You
it was
probably
called.
could. You probably could have
Unibeam
said
or
something much better.
Unibeam something. I don't word well.
Would you have you seen the latest gameplay for the new Star Wars game?
Yes.
I have.
Would you
And
guys
I
think?
am I'm skeptical because the past few Star Wars games that have come out have been trash.
Ouch.
Yes, it is true. It's true.
I don't know, man.
But
I don't know.
He's
let's keep it-
fuming at the mouth right now. He's
Tell
just,
me
he's
I'm
just
put me
like
in my place. Tell me the record.
he's just waiting, bro.
Movie that reviews.
he has something for you in his jacket.
I mean,
like,
have you seen the latest gameplay for the like? They have a new map called Felucia on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
I've seen it, haven't played it yet.
Seen
You look,
it?
I played.
Not impressed.
I played the newest character too, which is the Commando. By the way, it
That
hurts to-
commando
Well,
looks
don't-
weird to me.
But
No,
don't nobody
he's-
want to be a commander when you can be a Jedi. What sounds cooler? A sword made out of light that can cut through
I
anything or a
know
gun?
this may sound weird, but every hardcore
You're
nerd
just saying
chooses
gun
the
because
clones.
you're black.
Yes. But it's true.
Everybody
It's
chooses.
a gat.
Everybody chooses.
It's a
everybody
laser
chooses
gat.
the commando.
It's a laser gat. There you go. Ain't nothing special.
You gotta choose. You gotta choose the guy with the gun.
Really?
I mean, think about
I'd
it.
rather choose a guy that can dodge it and throw it right back at you with his sword.
No, I understand that, but you feel so much more better when you kill an opponent of that caliber. Like anybody that's using a Jedi can literally just face roll their controller and they can get kills. If you're playing the Stormtrooper, you gotta, take some skill,
I don't want to use skill. I want to get done with it quick and easy.
I
And
just
go on to the Sith Lord and be the hero that
Okay,
gets
look.
all the praise.
Look, we've all seen anime, and there's a lot of famous moments where, like, you'll have a main character, or maybe not a main character, but anyways, you'll have a character defeat a really strong opponent, and, he'll yell afterwards. I don't know who he's yelling to, but he'll look up at the sky, and he just, like, remember, did you ever see Don Machi? It's an anime where basically the main character is Odin's grandson. He was fighting a Minotaur. He has silver hair.
Wait,
It's a dungeon
did
anime.
you say Minotaur? Isn't it?
Sorry.
I feel like it's not
Minotaur?
Minotaur. Minotaur. That's it.
Minotaur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna
Minotaur.
lie to you. I've heard like 3 ways of saying it, and I've never verified which one was the right way. I just went with whichever way.
Whichever works.
All right,
Yeah.
Minotaur. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's just, you know, everyone knows what it is. It's fine. Anyways, after he, like, this, you know what, now I don't even want to say it. You just ruined it. I don't
Sorry.
know. Google's just gonna have to help me out over here. Anyways, he was fighting this monster. This monster was probably like, maybe 27 levels ahead of this guy. So basically, it's like an impossible fight. He was on the verge of dying mid-fight, but he didn't.
Okay.
He actually defeated the beast. It took a
Okay.
while though. He defeated the beast. He looked up at the dungeon ceiling. He yelled out a nice little battle cry, and then he passed out while standing. It was an epic moment.
I see.
I'm just saying, as a clone trooper, when you kill a Jedi, you know, you solo a Jedi.
I get it.
just-
It
Yeah,
it does sound actually
It's a
pretty
beautiful
satisfying.
moment. just a beautiful moment. That's why Jango
Yeah.
Fett hunted them, man.
I get it. I get it. We miss you, Trayvon.
Hey, I do have a personal question for you. Would you rather be General Grievous or Kit Fisto? I know you're probably
Bro-
wondering.
Remind me who Kid Fisto is.
He's the amphibious Jedi. He's green. He's got the little dreads. He got killed by Sidious in episode 3.
Oh,
I wanna be
no,
him.
no.
Oh, so no Kit
General
Fisto.
Grievous.
General Grievous, are you for real?
I mean, yeah.
You can swim underwater, you're a Jedi.
Wait, General
But he
Grievous
has,
can
like-
swim underwater.
You can breathe underwater,
General
like,
Grievous can survive in space.
Wait, like,
okay,
so
perfectly fine.
the
Put that
reason.
dude in the microwave and he's dead.
A microwave?
A big one, yeah.
But
I
anyway,
don't-
died.
So you like the character because he can breathe underwater?
And he's sick, he's a good Jedi. He's multi
Was he that good? Because he died.
No. Actually, when you dive into the lore on how he died so quickly to Sidious, it's pretty interesting. Sidious changes his forms, like, you know, there's 7 forms of fighting. He actually changed his form as soon as he started to fight him. Like, he entered one form and then changed to, like, another one immediately. And that's how he killed all 3 of those guys, like, super quick. I
How does
thought it
that
was
make-
interesting.
How does that make sense? I don't get it.
Look, there's 7 forms. So he did that little loopy thing and he made that little weird noise when he jumped towards them. He went,
Is is that like when you say 7 forms? Do you mean like
I don't
like several
they're fighting
several
forms.
dimensions in time?
No, fighting forms like with the
Oh,
sword,
actual
with the
fighting
light
forms.
sword,
Okay.
like with the lightsaber.
Okay,
So like,
I get it now.
yeah, he jumped towards Kit Fisto and he was entering like a certain form. I have no idea which one it was, but then he changed like instantly, and Kit Fisto was prepared to counter whatever form he had. Yeah, he died like that. He killed all 3 of them so fast. It was sad.
Yeah.
They were a renowned Jedi. That's why I was just like, when I was watching the movie, I was like, I don't understand how someone could die that fast
Yeah.
to an old man.
Well, I mean, he was extremely powerful.
Yeah.
True, but you didn't really capture the essence
He
of his
did-
power
he-
inside the movie.
He was Darth Vader's master. So I mean, what does that say about him? Like, if your master is supposed to be the chosen one, the end of the Sith Lords, and that's like you're like ahead of him. Like, what does that say about him though? Like his skills.
Did you just say the Sith Wars?
Sith Lords, like Sith. Like, whatever.
That wasn't the point.
Bruh. I can pick up everything. So like when you tap on that desk, like it's cool. But
it's cool.
it's cool.
Hey, I do have a question. Why is this napkin inside blind?
This is so off.
I have
topic.
no idea.
It's just so weird.
Also, you're describing things like where I live, and I don't want that over there. Or on the internet.
There you go.
That's why I don't use my real name. That's why we don't use our real names. So we can
Exactly.
anonymity.
Aren't you gonna edit this out anyways?
I don't edit stuff. This is raw. It goes on the podcast raw. The most that I do is I add background music because I feel like background music makes it easier to listen to.
Like
I agree.
jazz?
Nah,
No.
it's like it's jazz.
Oh. like elevator music? Okay, I got
So instead of thinking about Star Wars, how about we touch on the topic of Episode 9? What are individually? What are
So-
you wanting to have?
So we're still talking about Star Wars.
Yes, I thought so. Or is that? Or
That's,
that
no, that's fine. It was just kind of misleading the way you.
You didn't get that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, my bad.
that's cool.
So what are we hoping for from the latest movie?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's actually good
So-
because like Last Jedi really disappointed.
I was
me.
gonna say, so you think the last one was garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was trash. Okay, so my coworker and I were talking about this today. He's not my coworker, he's actually my boss.
The one
I
with
was-
like the very hot.
Yes, the very hot wife.
I mentioned that, by the way. The
Look,
one with her
That's the
attractive
only.
wife.
That's the only way that he's gonna be known.
Yep.
Like.
My boss with the hot wife. Look. This guy was like, yeah, I really like that scene where Leia, she got back from space inside the. I know
Oh,
you-
inside the station, I
Yeah.
hated that scene. That was the worst thing ever.
The
Like,
worst scene.
You hate
ever.
wait, you hated that part where where her and Kylo Ren were fighting the bad guy. That's what
no.
we're
We're talking about Princess Leia getting blown into space, and then her like
Using-
looking like she was about to die, and then all of a sudden just resurrects herself.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess,
like, kinda like
and
use
pulls herself
kind
back
of like
into
use
the
the
ship.
force back to go back into the ship
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get that. That wasn't even explained. Like, how did she know how to? Like, my own question is, how does she know how to use the force? In that
Yeah,
moment?
she's not.
It was appalling.
She's not a force like.
No, see,
wielder.
I was
I
telling
mean-
him, it's not really about that. What I was trying to get across to him was, she is force sensitive. She
Yeah,
actually
she's
can.
force sensitive.
She can fight. It's been shown in comics. It's been shown in other lore, I guess. But here's the thing: none of us were given any of that information. We just saw her do something like God tier for a force user, and we were forced to swallow it. Like we're used to seeing that.
Like, it
All we
was a
know
high
from
level
Leia-
move that not even a novice knows how to, like, she's not even at the level of a novice, and she knows how to do a move like that, where she just pull herself back into the ship,
All I'm saying, in the
defying
game,
gravity and stuff like that.
inside the game, she carries a freaking blaster, which tells you a lot. And then we're used to seeing her shoot a gun, and then like the only snippet of her being force sensitive is when she found Luke on episode 5 in Bespin when he was hanging from this little floaty thingy. I don't know. He's at the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah,
of the,
right. And the
Yeah.
ship came
Yeah,
and
and
picked
then
them up.
they had a little connection there. I was like, oh, and then Vader was able to sense that she actually is force sensitive. She
Yeah.
can use some training. Blah blah.
Are we also gonna like mention the fact that like Princess like Leia like made out with her brother?
I'd rather not talk about that.
That's a
Because
subject.
that's always creeped me out. Like,
That's more
Well,
of
see,
a
here's the
topic
thing.
for another
Hey,
for a late.
I'm not gonna
late
lie to
night.
you. The reason I didn't find it that weird, well, one, I don't really have a sister, so I don't really want to go into that. Here's the thing. I've read several stories across the internet because they always pop up in your news feed somehow of, I guess, people that are related seeing each other for the first time and then falling for each other. And I don't want to get into how they're related, but let's just say that they're not cousins. You know?
like stepbrother, stepsister.
No, we're not talking about steps either. We're talking about like actual, they're
Blood really?
direct. Yeah, direct.
Oh well, that's just wrong.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. These people don't know each other. Like, they don't know each other. Yeah, you're related to each other by blood, but like the fact that they didn't know each other, like how would they? Do you have a sister?
No.
Okay, so you don't have a sister either. I think we can, since we both don't have sisters, let's just be men here. Let's just be.
So
men
you're trying
here.
to put me in a really strange situation right now.
Well, this strange situation is something that nobody would want to talk about if they had a sister. So since you and I don't have sisters, we won't feel the same way.
Okay.
We have a void here.
Okay.
The void is they didn't know each other. So yeah, sure, that probably felt nice then, but like when you learn later on, like, oh, you guys are actually like brother and sister, then it becomes a little weird. But in that moment, I'm pretty sure, like, you saw the way he was looking, you like, ooh, that look, yeah. He looked at Han and gave him that wink, like, yeah. Like,
I just made out with my sister. How do you feel about that, Solo?
And Han had this sick look, like, oh, you an incestual freak. Yeah, I love that
Exactly.
moment. I love that. So nasty. There's so many memes. So
Yeah, it's just a horrible moment. Though.
I just.
It was very awkward. Like there wasn't a quiet person in the
Okay,
film
look, guys.
in the theater when
If
they
you're gonna
said
be
that.
weirded out by this, and I know none of us have really seen much of this, but we all should know the information on it. In Game of Thrones, you know how many people watch that ridiculous? Actually, that's probably messed up to say. You know how many people watch that show, and incest in that show is like, man, it's abundant.
All over the place.
It's abundant, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people sit there
That's
and they
what I heard.
watch that.
Yeah.
They literally just watch that. So people were making jokes about Star Wars and oh, he kissed his sister. Like, come on now. There's a lot worse going on in your GOT. I love how all the Game of Thrones fans were like, "Oh my god, you should watch this show." Everyone's telling me like, "Oh my god, you need to keep up with this show." It's
I
the
know
greatest
everybody
show.
I know tells me like you should watch that.
Get to
I'm
the
just
ending.
like, eh.
You get to the ending, and every single one of them hates the show. Every single one of them. They're like, worst ending ever. Unbelievable. I can't believe I sat through this entire show for this many years for that. It was actually the worst. Like, have you just seen the ending? Like, just the ending?
No.
It's hilariously sad. And I mean, like, so many things could have gone. Actually, to describe the scene, it's like a Leia scene. What we got from Leia, that appalling moment. That's,
Oh, okay.
that's what the Game of Thrones ending was. That right there.
Oh.
It was bad. You got worked. You're working up to this wonderful and this glorious moment in that show for all the people that watched it, and the directors kind of like crushed you, you know, like they didn't give any of the fans like fan service. I would say, you know what that is. Like,
Yeah.
They got no fan service in the end, literally none. It kind of felt like it was sped through, like, oh, here's the end, boom, here you guys go. Just sit through a show for years and that's it. I meant to tell you, I finally finished Outsiders. Young Justice Outsiders.
Oh.
How'd you like that?
Oh man. So
Wait, do you have? What are you watching it on?
let's not talk about that.
Net? No,
It's
it can't be
illegal.
Netflix because you got the DC network.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I really
I know that. Sure.
look.
All
I'm
right.
gonna be honest. I don't know the name of. Like my boss sent me a link and I clicked on the link and now I can watch free stuff.
What?
It sounds so bad. Okay, let's not talk about this later, right? The
Oh,
show. See, here we live in 2019, and there's a lot of things that, as fellow 2019 colleagues, we have to accept in this world. And one of the things is like, you know, one of my favorite characters is, you know, he used to be straighter than a pole, and now he's kind of bent, you know.
Oh, I know who you're
Yep.
talking about.
And that was kind of depressing to see because he used to be my favorite. And now it's like, you know, time to switch.
So
The
here's
rest
my,
of the world. Who are
well,
we talking
like
about?
here's my thing about the Outsiders.
Calderon.
Okay, my thing about the Outsiders is that whole new series seems like it's pandering to a certain type of audience.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot
Teenagers.
of not even teenagers, like
Older teenagers,
SJ,
adults.
SJWs, like social justice warriors. I think that's what they're catering towards more.
You got that vibe too. I didn't really know what the, you know, I didn't know what to label it on, but that was perfect.
Yeah.
How so? Like
I
you
mean,
say,
like-
social justice warriors.
Well, okay, like first of all, like now this isn't an insult to this is gonna be really bad.
When you start off,
I'm just yeah.
When you start
anytime,
I'm
let
just
me
like-
keep this in mind. Anytime somebody has ever said that in life, it's never
Okay.
gone well. Just to give
All
you a
right,
heads up.
I'm just like get ready, internet. I don't have a problem with one of the main characters being a Muslim.
wait, is she? She said
She's
she wasn't,
Muslim.
but she said she wasn't though.
Then how come she sounds like one?
Here's the thing. They asked her, you know, they asked her in the show why she even wears that, and they asked her if she's religious or something, and she was like, no. Like she said, no, I'm not.
Are we talking about Raven?
No.
She's like the son of the devil or something.
Daughter of the devil.
Daughter of the.
Oh my bad, sorry.
Let's keep the genders proper.
Yep, they gotta be that. Look.
But I mean, it's
Wait,
okay,
she
so
died.
so that point,
That
like,
girl died. Remember? Like this is now a new version. You remember that girl? That body was hosted by a mother box.
Oh, you talking about okay?
Like,
Yeah,
that girl
Young Justice.
legit.
Okay.
That girl
I was
probably
thinking about
was
the
a
wrong-
Muslim. She probably was. That's why she was wearing. Is it called a sheik? I'm really bad at this.
I
A
don't
shawl?
know. I don't.
Shawl?
A
It's
shawl,
not-
some kind of shawl, something like that.
You know,
It's
if the
not a
internet
shawl,
does,
though.
If the internet does hear this, we're gonna get crucified. But anyways, getting past it.
It's,
What-
yeah, they're already.
so, what-
the
okay,
internet's already
so-
judging us right
what
now
the-
for saying Muslim.
So, did anybody else notice how many social issues this year's Young Justice tackled at once?
That's what I just said. That's
Yeah.
what we've literally been talking
Okay,
about right
okay.
now. That's why I said SJW,
Okay.
social justice. warrior.
Because I didn't know what that meant. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah,
we're all,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
even
was
Beast.
really?
Go
oh,
ahead.
I was gonna
'cause-
say there was a random moment that didn't make any sense to me is when they were like shooting a gun and drinking beer. I forgot the other chick's name, but she was, you know, some biker chick, and it was the Muslim girl, Halo, and she
Yeah.
just randomly just lays one on her, and I'm just like, why? And what build up?
Yeah, you s-
Where's the tension?
yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm
like,
talking about.
A lot of episodes of Young Justice, there wasn't a lot of. I feel like there was some closures I feel like there wasn't some closures with this year's Young Justice. Like for that one for sure. But the one about I'm trying to
Well,
think.
Young Justice now is very different from the past like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's
or not bringing
It's
Wally.
not terrible.
or
Like,
not
I'm
bringing
not
Wally-
saying it's terrible, but
I liked it.
what I am saying is that like I really dislike it when films or any media like that panders to a certain audience
So then
because
tell me,
because it's I don't know hip or it's relevant.
if you're gonna say this, then I need to know your exact feeling on in-game. Everybody's been resurrected. All the girls have collided to save Tom Holland, Spider-Man, whatever. But you just get that one moment where you feel
They're
like
all-
a women
yeah.
empowerment moment. How'd you feel about that moment, then? Did you?
I feel like why? That's what I feel like.
Okay, see.
Like why was
But
was
when
that
you,
necessary?
But when you say that, like, you get the SJWs like, oh, what do you mean, why?
Yeah, because
Or they'll say
At
something
what
like,
point-
why not?
why not? Okay, well I'll tell them why not. Because at what point do you really need that?
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
you know, like here's
I
my
didn't need
What was
that.
the
here's my
point of
thing.
meeting-
Everybody wants representation.
Mhm.
Everybody. But my thing about representation is it's not important because you don't need to be represented by someone. It's like if someone said, "Hey, you should admire Shaft because he's a black guy and you're black." No, I shouldn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna like
You know,
live my life by Shaft's moral code just because he's a black guy and I'm a black guy. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but
No, that was well put, my friend.
yeah.
That was hilariously well put.
I mean, everybody should be their own individual. You can't be your own individual
Idolizing.
if
somebody
you're
else.
idolizing if you're idolizing someone else.
Mhm.
And that also goes back to the point of, or the fact that there really isn't anything as far as individualism. I don't think there really is.
Do I
There
need to
isn't,
read a
'cause-
book on individualism?
Well, I mean, because everything is adapted from something else. Everything. Our thoughts, our opinions, they're shaped by our culture and what we experience. So nothing is new. Like if I told you, you know, I like comic books and that's an original idea. It's
Yeah.
not an original idea.
Alright.
It's not, because comic books have been around for a extremely long period of time. You know, in it reaches different individuals, so everyone is going. You'll at least get a good sum of a certain group that will like that form of media. So it can't be original because someone out there is going to think the same way that you think.
You know, I thought that I had originality when I was wearing sweats and like I would roll up the sleeves on my long sweats.
Yeah, and then you saw LL Cool J.
Oh, see, you just ruined it for me.
Sorry.
I thought I was original.
But the thing is that with social media, it's like what you brought up earlier about everybody wanting representation. The thing is, social media has made it so easy for somebody to want representation. Like, for example, it was kind of unheard of for a couple of, like, years back. It was kind of unheard of for there to be a gay male, like, you know, a gay superhero. And you have... So
Oh, the internet's really gonna hate you now.
I know. But it's okay. I'm hating anyway. But...
You said G word.
Right? It's a shame on me. But the whole thing is that now, because of so many individuals who are celebrities or singers or rappers coming out and on their social platforms, whether it be mainstream or underground, because they're coming out in droves, the idea of having a gay superhero isn't unheard of. And I'm not against it, but the thing is, when will the limit be that even though it's understood or accepted, it's wrong. Like, for example, that's cool. That's perfectly fine. When will it be that, let's say, for example, y'all help me out.
I feel like you're painting yourself into a corner right now.
I kind of feel like that too. But it's like, for example, brother and sister falling in. No. I mean, let me finish.
We're going back to like
Let me
Princess
finish.
Leia
Let me
making out.
finish. We have so for a while, gay wasn't okay. Let's say you have a brother and sister who fall madly in love, and that becomes really big, mainstream. They're gonna run representation someday too. What I'm asking is, will that ever be? Do you think that could be okay?
You're asking me, do I think someone being gay is
No.
okay?
I'm asking if incest could incest to a certain point be okay, and if it becomes okay with the public, should it become thrown into our superhero movies?
It's what you call a forbidden fruit. So here's the thing. Being gay was probably considered a forbidden. Actually, I'm sure it was a forbidden fruit way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Being in love with your sibling, mother, father, forbidden fruit. Gays are now abundant. They're frolicking.
It's favored upon in some TV shows and movies.
But you know, hey, look, don't roast our fellow homosexuals out there. Look. I'm just saying, since gays are accepted,
So many hate comments are coming. I feel like they're coming.
Do you think that people that are madly in love with their siblings are going to be able to come out of the sewer? Not even the closet. That's like the sewer.
and if so, could they be turned into superheroes? Since you said that everybody wants representation.
Hey, look, Game of Thrones, the Lannisters, men madly in love, like they even had kids.
And
A lot of people like the Lannisters.
And people rooting for Jon Snow and his cousin to make it.
Yeah.
Like, they were
Look
rooting
at
for
that.
that.
Like, those are glorified actors right there. Just wonderful moments, guys.
But it does bring up the question.
What?
When will there be a limit on that? When will there be a limit on representation?
Wait. So I don't really understand what you're asking me because
He's talking about morals now.
Okay.
Is there
Well,
gonna
this
be-
diverted so fast.
Well, hey, look.
I mean, how did we get from talking?
I was adding on to the moral comment or the moral speech over here, but all in all, I mean, I'm impartial.
I think we know, like all of us have the same morals in this room, so there's not even a question to even ask that. We all have the same understanding. But as far as when I said representation, like I'll stand by that. We don't need representation. You know, we don't need it because everybody should be their own individual. Now, when I say everybody should be their own individual, I don't mean I'm not encouraging someone who's crazy to go out and murder people because they want to be an individual. I'm not encouraging that. Obviously, right? There's boundaries that we need to stay
Yeah,
within
if you want to do that,
to be
join the
able
military.
to be us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To be able to function as a society.
Yeah.
You know, we got to
Yeah.
stay within the parameters
There's
of that.
licenses to kill guys, just
Like James Bond.
sure.
You know, the next James Bond is going to be a woman.
Next,
You know that?
James Bond.
Yeah.
They actually chose a woman to be James Bond.
Yeah.
Wait, then what's her name gonna be?
That's,
That's
I don't
actually
know.
a good question.
I don't
Like,
know.
Jane Bond. Got it.
Jane Bond.
I got it.
And that's not
Someone out there is
That's
gonna,
not horribly corny,
Someone out there is going to say that's racist.
right?
Wait, why?
Because we live in a world where people don't know what racism is and they label everything as racist.
Oh, I mean, is it sexist or like prejudice? One of those words.
One of those words, but you
One
know,
of those 90 words
but-
we have nowadays.
but you know
for all
someone
PC
because that's
people.
their go-to. That's people's go-to is
Default.
racist.
You're
That's
Or
their
sexist.
default. That's their default. Like someone will say racist before they say sexist.
True.
They will, just because like the environment that we live in now, right? It's just so easy to do that, you know.
That is a good.
So, do you think it's time that we had a female James Bond, or maybe even a different race of the person that played roles of a different race?
Why are you asking me these hard?
I'm asking them all. I'm asking them.
Why are you trying to pick my brain like
Hey,
this?
look,
as
you
well?
know what? You know what conversation I had with my brother for like 20 minutes, and we were trying to. Like, my brother is not a sexist, and I don't think that I am one either. We just know.
You don't think?
Well, I've said a lot of suggestive things over the period of my life, so, and a lot of women were offended. But I had to explain to them thoroughly what I meant, and then they kind of shrugged off the fact that I could be a sexist. Here's the thing. I said, "Hey, brother, name." I'm not gonna say his name. I said, "Name like your top 3 iconic, like literally legendary women inside of movies that you've seen." And I said, number 1 that came to my mind was Angelina Jolie, the character she played in Salt. There's another movie, I think it was called Unlocked or something like that. It was very hard. You gotta talk about that. It was.
Are we sticking to like live action movies or?
Yeah, like Lara Croft and.
See, I don't know.
No.
I
See,
don't
that's
know,
the thing. Like,
because-
we were trying not to feel sexist because if you say name your 3 male iconic legends, it would be like boom, 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 boom. You could literally.
I
Just
can
come
name
up with
3
them.
off Jump Street like in 5
Exactly.
seconds.
So when you try and think of
See,
female
I can't.
ones,
Like,
Female and male. I can name 3 off Jump Street.
hit me
Like
with some female legends right now.
Who
for
are
you.
your feet?
Halle Berry for one. That's
What movie though?
Why is she
In
a
what
legend?
movie? Okay.
Oh no.
No.
This is-
It's
Uh,
gonna be that James Bond movie, right? When she
I
was
thought
like in
no.
the Is that the
Is her?
What's the sitcom?
No, it was on the airplane. She was fighting or taking electricity to the chest or something like that. Like that was hardcore. I don't know too many men that can take electricity to the chest like that. I'm sorry, like
James Bond.
he didn't take no electricity to the chest.
I'm saying he could.
He's
He
got
could, but did he?
that dude had his balls.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
No,
Like,
like-
I
Another
mean,
one.
Another one.
Scarlett Johansson
Oh.
in every franchise of
One.
Marvel as Black Widow. She was
I actually did
knocking
see
dudes
this
out.
movie. Lucy was actually kind of cool. I saw that.
Really? I heard it was pretty lame, but I don't know.
No,
Well,
it made its money back
Okay,
and
look,
more.
It was lame if you're looking at it from like a. I don't
A
know,
good
like,
film?
Yeah, a good film. But if you look at it from like the perspective of the idea of what we just saw,
Entertainment?
it was pretty anime, man.
I feel like you have 2 different categories. I feel like you have films, and I feel like you have entertainment. Same thing in music. You have a good song, and you have a song that's just entertainment.
You sound like Martin Scorsese right now.
How?
because he practically made the same comment that you made right now.
But about what though? I'm not
About
I have,
Marvel films
I didn't
not
say
being
anything.
cinema.
No. I didn't say anything about Marvel film not being cinema.
Oh, you don't
I
have
didn't
to. I'm
say-
just saying the
I-
comparison is there.
I also didn't say that Lucy was. I didn't think Lucy was I didn't think Lucy was like an Oscar-winning film, but I thought it was entertaining. I have fun watching it. Will I get nominated for an Oscar? Probably not. I guarantee you I wouldn't. But
Of course.
when I spend my money to go see that movie, yeah, in a minute. I saw it twice. That's just me.
I saw Salt like 3 times. I really like that movie.
I saw Salt one time, and I was just like, this just seems like another.
My
cookie-cutter
the
type
third
of bland espionage movie.
The
the third female that took it was the woman who played in Kill Bill,
See, that was it right there. You notice what
Uma
he just
Thurman?
did?
Uma Thurman.
He said the woman who played, like, he doesn't even remember his iconic legend. She's
Yeah.
forgotten.
I mean, it's Uma Thurman.
I don't know
But-
a couple of the guys on my list
Wait, Uma Thurman's
of
popular,
actors,
man.
of male actors. I can't remember their names.
Really?
I can't think of any woman that's legendary,
I'm telling you
or
right now.
or a man for that matter. Because what is that?
Robert Downey Jr. is a legend.
What is that?
But
encompass?
Denzel Washington?
Denzel Washington's a legend because
See, maybe Denzel Washington.
I'm not gonna
But
lie. A lot of people
Denzel
hate
is
me.
Denzel's on my list. Denzel's on my list.
Well, the only reason I would say Denzel Washington would be a good pick is because he's not in one type of particular
He's
film.
in various.
Yeah,
He does various genres.
he's a very wide range. He's a wide range actor.
Also, what's his name is on my list. Oh, crap. His name was just there. I'm like cycling.
Will
through
Smith.
this. It actually, I was trying
I
not to
don't
name
consider him a
it.
legend.
Yeah,
I don't
he's not.
consider him a legend.
Although he
No,
made a
he-
movie,
hey,
I Am
no.
Legend.
I Am Legend. That doesn't mean he's a legend.
Guys, he was a legend. Come on now.
He is not a
Give him-
legend. I don't
give him-
consider him the GOAT. Like
give
I
him
don't.
his- give him his
if,
credit.
if this was basketball, he would be like on like the early 2000 Lakers. He wouldn't be.
Wow, that's
He
offensive.
wouldn't be the dream team. He wouldn't be on the dream team.
Okay, Samuel L. Jackson was on my list too.
Oh,
But I gotta
that's
stop
another
naming
one.
like African Americans.
Okay, he's a legend. Like he was one. He was,
Samuel L. Jackson.
he's one of the only. He's one of the only African Americans in the Star Wars lore.
Harrison Ford. God dang, he's a legend.
Yes.
Solo.
So,
dude.
hey, I give him that.
He's good.
He's played
Yeah.
in a lot. Like I really love the. Is
But
it
I felt
Tom
like it was
Clancy's?
easier to name female actresses than it was to name male actors.
Like Tom Clancy's. He played in the Red. No, not the Red October, but the same person that made that one made these two. He plays a certain Jack
Writer?
Jack
No,
Ryan.
not Jack.
Jack
Ryan.
Ryan.
I
He
just
plays
I,
a CIA agent, Jack Ryan, the specialist. He plays in Clear and Present Danger, and what's the other one called though?
I don't know. I just even in his movies, he just has something about that turns me away from his.
Harrison Ford.
I thought you were
No.
gonna say like
Tom
there's something
Cruise.
in his movie that
Tom
turns
Cruise?
you on.
Oh,
God.
my lord!
I don't know.
Escalated.
I didn't know where that was heading. Sorry.
You didn't have to bring it up
I'm
in the
just-
first place.
I think I'm just really sleepy.
I was
Sorry.
Look, I was gonna say Tom Cruise, but then I thought like I only know Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Like,
Yeah.
those are the legendary movies to me.
You know they're making another Mission Impossible.
They
He's
shouldn't.
making another one.
he just
What is this, like the 20th one?
so-
Like, I think I'm tired of seeing Tom
I haven't
Cruise
seen.
paint
I haven't seen the
airplanes.
last. I haven't seen the last 3 Mission Impossible.
I
Those
mean,
are
they're
all
good.
Extraordinary.
They're
all
good.
extraordinary.
But at a certain point, it's just like,
I just
dude, you
get-
gotta
I just-
stop because you're old and your body can't take it anymore.
Like, you can't do it no
Hey,
You
more.
need
wait.
to stop hanging
What
from
if-
I saw
airplanes.
Mission Impossible 2 when I was like, okay. After that, I was like, okay, we're good. 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I didn't even like give it time to watch the trailer.
But what if they made like a Red? You know, remember Bruce Willis? You know,
Yeah.
they kind of expanded on him actually being in retirement and then being hunted by a bunch of killers. I love Red 1 and 2. Like I love the movies.
I only saw the first one.
What
Here's
was
the
fun
thing.
about that was because at the age of what Bruce Willis is now, it's not surprising that he will retire.
Mhm.
But it kind of shows what Die Hard would be if he retired.
He was just a
And
police
that's what
officer
Red
in that movie.
was.
He
That's
was
true.
lame.
Yeah.
Like we were all.
I mean, he was dope, but
Oh,
yeah, he's
well,
just a
I'm
police
not gonna lie, I never
officer.
saw any of the Die Hards. But I just know he was a police officer.
I saw one of the newer one.
Was that
Was
like
it
Hidden's
Son?
son? Was it?
The one Wait, was that his son? In it?
Jesus.
The one before that.
Is there
one.
4 of them or 3?
I think there was 5.
Oh my. Yeah. I
Hold
don't
on,
know.
hold on. Wait, you're right. You are absolutely right. There was the first one.
Then the second
The
one.
second one.
Then
The
the
third one
one.
about the first one's brother.
And then the fourth one.
The fourth one about his daughter.
And
And
then
then the fifth one about his son. And the fifth one I heard was not good at all. Like they just no one liked it.
I thought they should stop at like the first one.
They probably should have.
Well,
Just like Tom Cruise.
the
should
third
stop.
one, the third one should have been the end. I feel like.
What did you guys think of that movie Equilibrium with Christian Bell? Did you guys see that?
Yes.
They'll be delivered.
It's pretty much like a cop. It's just a ripoff of
Anime,
Matrix.
It was an anime.
Well,
Was it the anime?
No, I'm saying like it.
Was it
like,
really
Oh,
a
like
Was
the,
it- was it
yeah,
really-
with
I
the
mean,
gun fu and
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the sword play, with the sword, well, the sword ball, yeah, I guess you could say, because with the sword play and all that stuff like
It
that.
felt like an
With all the
anime.
sword play and stuff like that, and all the gunneries and stuff like that, you could call it a
gun fu.
gun fu, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
John Wick does the same thing.
Okay, John
Except
Wick
like
is
it was like,
outrageous.
except it was amped up to like 100 in Equilibrium.
I felt like
But
I felt
same
like
type of style though.
I felt like John Wick was a little more realistic though.
You
I
feel like
can't.
John Wick?
I can't
Yeah,
agree
was a
with
little
that.
more realistic.
Those guys.
Well,
okay,
yeah, it is realistic
look,
because
you
he was
guys-
like
no,
actually
no.
training.
No.
Yeah.
Here, guys. Here.
Whereas Equilibrium,
I know you
felt like
guys
was
have
more
played-
CGI than actual like.
Have you
know?
seen
You guys have
Equilibrium?
played.
Yes,
You
I
guys,
have.
oh,
Okay.
Lord, you guys have played FPS shooters before. This is what happens all the time. There's always a feeder on that game. When you're playing a first-person shooter, there's always the feeders, the bots, is what we call them. The guys that literally, like, they just run around and they're shooting the grass or their feet or something like that. In John Wick, I literally felt like I was watching a bunch of bots. Like, these people
One
were
after
going-
the other.
Yeah, like just they kept feeding him and making him look like a deaf god, and I'm just like, well, I understand like he's really good, but like all these people he's fighting are like extremely bad though, like really bad.
Did you see the fight? Did you see the third one?
You're
with the
probably
fight
right
with
about
the
that.
with the
I haven't seen,
Asian
like-
actor and-
I haven't seen any.
I have not watched any of them
Yeah,
because
none
that
of
is
them.
not a movie that
Yeah.
we should be watching. I just know of them.
I can't feed my mind
Yeah.
that. Not yet.
No, it's not yet. I can't feed my mind with that.
Yep.
No, I just know the extensive, intensive training that he went through to do that film, like real life
We're acting
gun
like he didn't-
training.
We're acting like he doesn't already do something similar. Like, what do you think he did when he was training for Matrix though?
Yeah,
By the way, Matrix
Well,
was phenomenal.
yeah, but I don't think he had that type of. Training
Matrix
into
Revolution. You're gonna really throw that in there?
I thought they were all
The first one
Phenomenal.
was great.
The first one was
Yes.
groundbreaking.
Second one not
was
so great.
was an art. Third one was really. What were they thinking?
Everything after the first one.
They all
No.
they all went together so great.
He ended up making a deal with the same machines he was trying to shut down. How great is that for an ending?
Wow, that is
It's
Go read
it's
the
a
book.
it's the Jesus Christ complex.
Your point. Like the Jesus Christ complex was a great story, right? Sold a lot.
Ah.
The Bible
I-
is the number one book in the world. Really. This is why Star Wars is so popular.
I'm gonna say the same
Just
line.
saying.
A lot of people say, Matrix Reloaded. It was not the Bible. It was not the Bible book form.
I
or
never
film.
really looked at
Someone-
the Matrix like
Someone told
in a
me that
spiritual aspect.
like Transformers was
Oh.
sacrilegious,
Transformers.
and I was like, what?
It is, but I'm going to talk about that. Like, they should have stopped at 2, maybe 3, and literally cut it right there. Like, no, I don't want to
No,
see
Transformer
I actually
film.
like the newer one, the Bumblebee
the
one.
Age of
That
oh,
was the only.
That
people
was
actually,
really
people
good.
actually said that they liked that one, but the thing is, anything before that was one made no sense. 2, it was too human oriented, and 3, the acting was trash.
Trash.
Doesn't it make you
Well-
wonder how they got Mark Wahlberg to play it though?
Yeah, money talks.
You,
But
What money?
well, Mark
Those movies
Wahlberg, Wahlberg to me is
No, those movies did actually.
he's not-
the movies.
he's not a real good actor.
Wow.
That's just my opinion.
Transformers did what it's supposed to do. It was entertainment. It made its money back in entertainment. You ain't gonna nominate what's his name? Who directed them?
Mike Witwicky,
Michael Bay.
whatever his name
Michael,
was.
you're not gonna nominate Michael Bay for any kind of Oscar
I
nominated award for
would. Best
director.
explosion. great
Best slow
explosions.
best slow motion turn of your head scene, and he does in every one of his movies.
Yeah, he does.
You're gonna get a guaranteed slow motion head turn in every movie that Michael Bay does. And I'm not. It's entertainment.
He
But
is entertaining. Michael Bay is very entertaining at his craft. But he's also very dangerous with the people that he works with.
yes,
Like he's injured, and I think he's actually. I want to say he's actually killed a stuntman on one of his films. I could be wrong, but I know that he's definitely injured
Wait,
like
are
at
you
least
sure that-
2 people
Is it
that have
really?
worked for him on his films.
Are we allowed to say that he killed him? I mean, that guy did sign a waiver.
Okay, well I guess
Killed
you're.
himself.
I guess you're right, but yeah, you probably should know like what you're getting into if you're working
The
with
stunt guy
Michael
probably
Bay.
looked at it and he was just like, oh yeah, I can do it.
I will give him this. No one goes into a movie, director, stuntman, or otherwise, thinking they're gonna die that day. Like no one's gonna wake up and like, well, today's my day to go.
I
Like,
feel like Jackie Chan is ready to go at any minute when he makes a movie.
Ooh.
Like I feel like he's comfortable with like his life to where he can just be like, I'm gonna jump off of this 3-story
well, when
building
you see in
and
bloopers,
live. Like,
when you see in bloopers, he's injured himself severely.
yeah, that's commitment, man. That's why. That's
he
why.
even said himself, I broke in like at least 23 different bones
Well,
in my
that's
movie career at least twice.
That's what I'm saying. Like the dude is comfortable with his own immortality. Like he knows, like I could do this stunt and not see my children again. Like he's
By the same
like
time,
he's in the zone. He's comfortable with
But at the
that.
same time, when you
I like
look
that.
at his choreographed career, or not even that, his martial arts career, this dude is a goat. Is a goat when it comes to like legendary martial artists.
Goat.
Like,
That's a like acronym for something, isn't it?
greatest of all time.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so. Goat.
I'm just starting to think about all the movies he's been in, like Rush
Yeah,
Hour.
Rush Hour.
and he.
Would
does
you ever
some
touch a
pretty
black
crazy-
man's stereo, boy?
Chris
You can do
Tucker.
that in your country, but over here you'll get your killed.
So many good moments in that movie.
There was a lot of good moments in that.
You guys ready for my quiz? We're gonna call it the superhero quiz.
Okay.
So James will go first for the answer, and then I'll have you. All right, here we go. Actually, Super Bowl. Here we go. Got you. I'm ready. I'm ready. They're gonna be really lame, by the way. Would you rather have the power to turn into a puddle, or you can turn into a stick?
Okay, my question is, when I turn into these objects or elements, what you will call them, do I have the ability to move any way I want to?
Nope.
You just sit there.
How about this? To make it more convenient, you can turn into a puddle that has like an electric current in it. So, you can do whatever you want with that. Or you can turn into a wooden sword. But you can't break though, which is the bonus for being a wooden sword. So an unbreakable wooden sword or an electric current puddle.
Okay, but I can't move, right?
Nope. You'd have to have someone's nasty hands touching your sword. And I need that in... Just no
That just sounds so
There's
wrong.
no real
So
right
many
way
levels.
to do this. Like, are you talking about the puddle like in Sky High where the kid could turn into a puddle?
Why are you asking about what the puddle? It's literally just a puddle. Like
Because if I could move, I could be a puddle and just
No,
go
like,
under
He
buildings
said
on
you
the
can't
doors.
move. You
You
can't
can't.
move
You
at all.
can't
so
move, you just
basically,
sit
if a
there.
car is heading, I don't know why you're standing on the highway, but if you're standing on the highway and a car is coming towards you, you could just turn into a puddle and yeah, boom, safety.
If you're on the highway, you're gonna get ran over by more than one car.
No, I think you could just sit there and wait for the cars to just eventually die down.
Well, how long are you able to stay that puddle? Are you able to stay for the
Hey, these are
time?
these are indefinite. These are good questions, by the way.
Okay.
Indefinite amount of time for both.
Indefinite amount of time for both. Okay.
This is how we're going to end this podcast too. So good wrap up.
Okay.
So
Stick or
let me
water?
hear this.
Stick on water. Wow. I could do more with the electric current than I can being a stick.
Oh,
I don't know. It depends on who
Yes.
wields you.
see, he's got a fair point.
No one no. That's the thing though. I didn't say anybody will wield me. So
So
if
you
I
don't
was-
want anybody to touch your sword.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Oh, okay.
So, cause let's check it out like this. Let's say I need to knock somebody out. I can use my electric current ability when there's a puddle of rain and just electrocute them like that and then be knocked
Listen,
out.
man, this is a smart man here. So, rain is your best friend.
Exactly.
But the unbreakable sword means that if you're falling from a plane, I don't know why, but let's just say you're falling or you're in some immense danger, you're an indestructible wooden sword, so you can just morph into your
And
indestructible.
I'm a puddle. I can turn to water and
Now think about
not feel
this.
nothing.
Think about this. I know that you can't swim right now, so imagine
Because you're black. Sorry.
So imagine you're at
Said say that.
God.
he's in the ocean and he accidentally morphs into the puddle and he just becomes one with the ocean, and let's just say that his atoms and his cells just drift off amongst the ocean.
Or I can just turn into a cloud and rain myself down to the
Did you
ground.
just say you could turn into a cloud? Why would you?
I can go into the ocean and become one with the ocean, but I can't turn into a cloud.
I said you. I said you scattered.
Yeah, you can't be a cloud because
Water,
the cloud.
but water has been known
But
to
water-
evaporate and turn into the
Water-
air, and turn into the clouds.
No, water doesn't turn into a cloud.
It can. It
No.
evaporates back into the sky.
Are you thinking about
It's
it? That's not how it works.
it's scientifically you're wrong. No, water does not turn into a cloud, man. What like it evaporates? It evaporates and
I know.
goes into the cloud.
It goes
it's
into
a
the
water
cloud, okay.
cycle.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
turn
a part
into
of
a
you is
cloud.
still gonna be in the ocean scattered, and another part of you is gonna be in the sky scattered, and you're gonna be rained down into the ocean probably again. I'm just
Okay.
saying, like, your body's still gonna be scattered.
So even if I fall out of an airplane, I will be alright.
Either way, you would be all right, right?
I never said
I
the
mean, if
puddle-
you're in a wooden sword
If
and it's
you're-
No, no.
unbreakable, you're still gonna.
If
win.
you're
Here's
a
the thing.
puddle and
You're a puddle of water, like you
you're
can
flex, you're
scatter.
ultimately your whole body's flexible and basically limp.
Look, I'm saying that if you scatter as a puddle, you're going to die. Like, how are you gonna reassemble yourself? You were a puddle of water, and now you're just.
I can
like,
turn into a
droplets
puddle of
everywhere.
water with electric current, but I can't bring myself back together.
How would you do it?
They do it all the time in Terminator movies.
But he's,
Liquid metal.
he's not.
It's a
Yeah,
bad
it's
reference.
not water. He's
I'm
You
just
said
saying,
it,
like,
liquid metal.
and then like, imagine if you're in
and
the desert.
and
so you
if I'm
just-
if I'm a part of the clouds and I'm a part of the ocean, can I use a part of the part I am to bring my body back together? You said I have an infinite amount of time to
See, that brings
do
up
that.
an even better point because that's more to your advantage to use the ocean.
Exactly.
If you're part of the ocean,
Now
you
here's the
can
thing. I never
use the
said
ocean.
that he can replicate himself, because you have to like replicate your cells or something like that in order to, take over a large volume of water. He's literally just a puddle. That's just him. So obviously that's gonna happen.
If I'm just a puddle, there's no way I'm gonna break apart then.
But if he makes it, okay.
What?
So if his puddle makes it to a body of water,
Mm-hmm.
he is that body of water. They encompass the same molecules.
He has
So they're
an
the
electric
same-
current inside of him. I just thought that. I mean, if you want, I just don't understand how you're gonna bring yourself back to your human form again. Like, how big is he gonna be when he come back to being a human?
But you can't be human because you're a
If he's
puddle
gonna
of water.
adopt all of that, all that volume of water, what's he gonna look like when he's a human again?
But what I'm saying is, wouldn't I be able to control my mass if I wanted to? Like I could just be
Now
a
you
puddle
have
of
mass
water.
controlling powers. All I said is you turn into a puddle, man.
But there's
So-
a multitude of avenues you gotta go into consideration.
So
when you're saying
basically,
that.
you could be a puddle. He's saying you could be a puddle of water and not have any perks.
Yeah, you're just an electric.
That's
I'd
it.
still rather be a puddle of water because I can control whether I am. Like, you know how hard it is to pick up a puddle off the ground? How easy it is to pick up a stick off the ground?
You sound like a Buddhist monk right now.
What would you? Well,
Can you
I
pick
have,
up water in your palm?
I have.
Now strike it.
I have a better one for you. I got a better one for you.
Okay, go.
It's gonna be
Your
extremely
time's
random.
over. Let's go.
It's gonna be extremely
Let's
random.
wrap this up, folks.
I got you. Okay, so. Oh, here we go. Just give me one moment. I gotta think of all the randomness, and I gotta put it all together.
Okay.
Good. That's what I need to hear. Okay, I got it. You have the power to either disappear at nighttime, so as soon as it's nighttime, you can just
I do that
instantly,
anyway. It's called being dark.
you can instantly disappear, no trace at all of you.
Okay.
But when the light comes and you don't revert back to your human form, you'll
So I'm like a vampire?
I mean, you'll die like one too if you don't revert back to your human form when daylight comes. So the scenario is if you're asleep and nighttime in your form and daylight comes, you'll instantly just be oblivionized. Just done. If you
So I
feel
gotta
like-
stay awake? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like that can be controlled if you just have a good bedtime schedule.
yeah, but what if he doesn't? If he gets drugged, he's still gonna die no matter what.
What's my power?
Well,
I
So you're able to-
disappear? That's it?
So
No,
At
like
nighttime?
you're.
you can't control it,
Look, you're pretty much a phantom. So
Okay.
but can
No
you
one-
get, but can you can control it?
control what? The night?
How you disappear?
How you just?
Can I
Yeah.
do anything
Can I turn
when I
it on and off
disappear?
when it does turn nighttime?
Okay.
No, I'm saying you.
This is my question.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to answer. Come on, man. Okay, so when I disappear at night, am I allowed to do anything else than just disappear?
Hmm.
Also, sounds a little racist.
You can
by the way,
travel.
but
look,
go ahead.
Who cares? You can travel in the shadows.
Can you pick stuff up? Can you move things, or you have the full you have the full strength of your body when you're phased out? And
I like
with
how-
that, and with that
I
said,
like how-
when you phase, do your clothes phase with you?
All right. How about I say it like this?
You
It's
talk, bro. You talk like my lawyer. Like,
okay, look.
I don't need a defense. Let me answer the question.
I'll make it easy. When you turn into this form, you're extremely. I want to say like you're extremely light, as in like you don't really have a lot of mass. Things just phase straight through you.
Okay.
But the perk is you don't need to fully turn back into a human to touch things. So if you want to be like the Omega Night Stalker,
Oh,
you know.
so an Omega creeper.
Yes. If you want to do that, you'll have the best time of your life.
You will get one. You will get one. You will
What's
get,
the other
you will
option?
get one issue
What's
approved,
the other
and that will be
option?
it.
Okay.
What's my other option?
I got
You
you.
will get an origin story, and that will be it. And that will be the end of your career.
Okay. The other option is mad. This has got to be extremely lame too.
Go.
Okay. I'm trying to think right now. Man. When I think about lame, this. Oh, I got it. This is pretty lame. Well, not really lame. You can take off your body parts.
There's a superhero that has
That
that,
has
power,
that ability, yeah.
and he's pretty lame.
Yeah,
So I'm
he's
gonna go
trash.
with disappearing at night, because I will be an Omega creeper.
Wait, did you even think about what the guy could be capable of doing though?
Yeah,
Wait, no, I take
yeah,
that-
taking his body
No,
parts
I take
off.
that back. That is lame, but that doesn't really. I mean, you would choose the other one over this one no matter what. I got this one. You have a hollow body.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
a hollow body. So I want you to think about what you can do with a hollow body.
Fly.
I mean, that's. I didn't think of that, but yeah, you. Can
There are plenty of things that are hollow that can't even can't be lifted off the ground. There's a wind.
No, like think of all the things you could store in your body though.
Like, well, how would you get it out?
That is a form of flight. Being hollow
Mhm.
enables you to have
But
flight.
there are bottles that are hollow inside with no weight in them, with nothing but air in them. But because of the weight of the outside sphere around it, it gets moved, but it doesn't fly away.
Yeah, because of the mass. That's why it doesn't fly away. That's why a Coke bottle doesn't fly away.
Wait,
Well,
so-
there's other factors to
Okay,
that
but
too.
the same
But
principle would
that's why
apply.
a Coke bottle doesn't fly away
But the
because of
same-
the mass.
But the same principle would apply for you. Like your mass wouldn't fly
and
away.
and
Probably wouldn't even float.
The negatives to having a hollow body, I'm sure, would be like. Well, here's the thing: you still have your bones. You just have nothing.
because if we're here's the thing. When you're saying that you're hollow, right? So when I say flight being in being able to have flight in your hollow, it
Your
means
wind
air is
current?
passing through you. Yeah, in current.
So if you had a wind
but the
current,
current
you
is
could fly.
passing through you.
Let's just
So
say
that's why, like, that's the same thing too. Why a Coke bottle won't fly, because air is going into the Coke bottle.
Yeah, this one's passing through. I
Yeah.
get it. I would say you have to at least have some altitude if you're gonna try to fly.
Yeah, that too. There's more than one factor
Yeah.
to that.
I mean,
But
I could have just went with a cool question to like, would you guys rather have Batman's grapple hook or Superman's heat vision?
Superman's heat vision.
Oh snap, that was fast. What about you? Unlimited bat grapple hooks or heat vision that can
Well,
kill your
seeing
ass
as how I live in a city where the highest building we have is like what? A couple maybe like 20,
Who said-
maybe 20
Who
stories.
said that we had to do it out here?
Like, where would we be though?
I don't know, go to New York.
Would be in New York?
I mean, the Gotham's pretty simple.
Would I know how to use the grapple gun if I had it? Or have to be trained to use it?
That would be entirely
Bro, that's up to you.
And if I had heat vision, would it be controlled? Would it be like Scott Summers' heat vision where he just
You won't be
shoots
like
out?
Cyclops.
Actually, Cyclops doesn't have heat vision. It's concussion blast.
Well, concussion blast, heat vision. The thing is, would I be able to control it if it was given to me?
Superman can control it.
He's had years of training, and before he had years of training, he couldn't.
Has he had years of training? Because that was something that was just kind of born into his
Honestly,
DNA.
he's kind of like, he's like.
When you look at Man of Steel, the first movie, he was a kid, and when he looked at the doorknob, he burnt the doorknob, and ultimately his teacher.
That's great. So are we just sticking to movies? Because I
That
mean,
movie was trash.
comic book.
Even the episode Smallville, he couldn't control his power. Every time he
Okay.
got hot,
You're
never
still
even
So
lower.
that's still
With Lana, he would
It's
burn through.
Still not a comic book. So that's my source. Is comic books.
Yeah.
Source of comic books, they tell you like he had training.
No,
No.
you don't really need
Yeah.
training to use heat vision. Why would you need? I mean, if you're gonna shave, like, which is something he does, then sure, you probably want to train a little bit. But I
So
don't know about.
you think he has a
Look,
powerful
think about, like-
ability
no, just
like
think
heat
about
vision
this.
doesn't get trained for?
Just
it?
think about this.
I don't know,
The heat
man.
vision comes
can
from
you
your
tell
eyes.
me? Do you think?
It
Okay,
can-
so
it
here's a
can-
completely racist question that will blow your mind. So,
I'm ready.
do you think like black people run really fast just because they're black?
That's a good question.
I mean, would we need years of training to run really fast because we're black? It's in our DNA.
No, it's not in our DNA.
It kind of is.
It kinda is.
It kind of is.
I can tell you from experience, I'm black and I'm not a fast runner.
Well, that's not our fault.
So both of y'all can run fast. Like what constitutes as fast though?
Fast.
Like what
Like-
constitutes as fast though?
What constitutes as fast?
Uh,
Like abnormally fast.
yeah, just, just beating other people with
Yeah.
ease.
There
Okay,
you go.
do we really have to explain this? I mean, the fastest guy in
I'm
the world right now.
sorry,
The fastest guy in the world right now is my black dude. Usain Bolt just retired, right?
Yeah.
Actually, we're supposed to end this.
Okay, right, yeah.
Shut up.
So, good job, guys. Thanks for another episode on the cast. We'll see you next time.
No, before we go, what's our names?
Oh,
Yeah.
what would you? You're a Ravager, right?
Did you hear Ravager too? I remember all your names.
Okay. Panther's gonna sign off.
Signing off, Super Hulk.
Yeah, now it's Rathless. More Ravager, I guess.
Bye.